everybody for this very interactive and engaging and interesting session on the power of mind mapping. What is mind mapping? A mind map is an effective way and an effective tool in such of how we allow users to be able to create and share visual representations of things such as educational notes. It could be lectures or research or whatever it may be. Was I audible? I just noticed that I was on mute.
Just for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay, good. So there are several benefits of mind mapping, such as prioritizing tasks, brainstorming sessions, and also setting personal goals for yourself. There's also this unique way where you can store the information that you have and recall it for later use, which is always helpful and beneficial. Okay, moving on to our next slide. It is an absolute pleasure to invite our trainer for this session, who is a multifaceted personality. She is an industrial engineer and an international training specialist and an executive coach. She finds joy in mentoring others to be leaders, speakers, and managers. She is an expert in mind mapping techniques. She's also a Toastmaster and the president of Desert Voices Toastmasters Club, and she is currently a Pathways Guide as well. It is an absolute pleasure to invite onto this platform Division, with the help of all of our Division team. It is a great honor to have you. DTM Jijie Zablan, the young, the gorgeous, the talented DTM Jijie Zablan.
Wow. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Argrita. Well, you have done a lot of the introduction already, but first of all, I really would like to thank our Division Director and DTM Shamimawa and the team for putting this this event together. I know it's not that easy. There are a lot of preparations and so many things to consider. And I think our hero as well is our Zoom master, Toastmaster Ramesh, who's been coordinating with me to put this together. Okay, let me first share my slides to be on the safe side now. Okay, just bear with me for a minute. Let me set the first slide. Okay, is my slide visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, can I have a thumbs up at least? Okay, I would really appreciate it if you're gonna show your video if possible, because I want to see your beautiful faces as well as your handsome faces if possible. Okay, just to start with, can I have a raise of hands if you have heard about mind mapping before? Okay, all right. Can I have a raise of hand for those who have really used mind mapping as a Toastmaster? Okay, well, so today you will not only practice using mind mapping as a Toastmaster, but I'm sure it's a tool that you can use in every aspect of your life. So welcome to our workshop for today. So we have a full pack agenda, which I will take you through later on. But to start with, just make sure that you have your papers, plain papers and pens just beside you so that it would be easy. You can go through it as well. Okay, right. So just to briefly give you the agenda for today, well, we will first have an understanding on the concepts of mind mapping. And since I've seen that not all of you have gone through it. So for those of you who already know the fundamentals of mind mapping, you may want to consider this as a review, or probably you would like to be a trainer. You would like to also share this knowledge to others. So look at yourself this time, not only as a mind mapping attendee, a workshop attendee, but to see yourself as a presenter, as a trainer as well. So we'll do our very best to have 3 activities. Let's see how the timing goes, but we've tried our to time everything. And then we'll just talk a bit about the electronic mind mapping, which I will be displaying to you. Okay, well, this is how we put the agenda together. So we will have a breakout session later, and I will explain the roles of the core team. And we would select 3 to 4 teams who will present, but we will not tell you which team. So you all have to be prepared, okay? And so we hope to close. Ooh, with some commercials there. Okay, just kind of just mute your hello, yes, mute yourself, please, so that we can carry on. So we will aim to finish by 12. And if you have any comments or whatever, you can add them later on as well. And I'm available online. You can always ask me. Okay, right. So, well, just to let you know how I got involved in mind mapping. It was in 2000, about 2002, when I had the opportunity to be the chief architect of the very first website of the Ministry of Education's, very first website covering all the extracurricular activities. And at that time, there were 10,000 schools, and it will include activities like sports, scouts, music, and you name it, all the other activities. So I thought, oh, this is going to be really challenging. How can I put all this together? And somebody told me about mind mapping. That time I didn't have a clue about it. And you know, Facebook and all this social media were not yet available. So I researched and I got to know that there is a gentleman by the name of Tony Buzan, who is an expert in mind mapping. I reached out to him. I tried to send him an email, and he responded positively, knowing that I am in hot waters. Well, I am, I said he knew at that time that I am in such a situation that I really need help. And he guided me. He took my hand and it guided me step by step on how to use this very powerful tool, that I was able to share it to the directors of the Ministry of Education, to the principals, to the teachers and students. And we were able to launch the website, and eventually it was revamped and changed. But the very first one, the fundamentals, was from the mind maps that we have put together. So Tony Buzan, as you know, he was there in Abu Dhabi some years ago, remember? I'm sure some of you have met him and heard his speeches. Well, he had written a lot of books, but the most popular one, of course,
Sorry, you're muted.
Jijie, can you unmute yourself, please? I think you got muted.
Oh, is this okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, all good.
I don't know how much you have missed of what I have said.
What to say about the book?
Okay, right. So there, Tony Buzan had written a lot of books on how the mind functions, and mostly it's all about mind maps. So if you have, we have our Gavaliers. Hello, Gavaliers. I always like to be with Gavaliers because I feel young whenever I am with the young ones. Well, of course, I also feel young when I'm with the young ones. But it's such a joy to have them all with us today. So there is a book which is Mind Mapping for Kids. You can even refer to that. But I think this is one of the best gifts that our division director had given our Cavaliers to include you for the first time. I'm having a session where we're combining both the Cavaliers. So this is an excellent gift for you guys. Right. So, and I'm sure you may have come across the Golden Gavel Award that was given to Tony Buzan. That you could see that Toastmasters recognize his contribution to the world as well. Right. Well, as for me, mind mapping has it's always been my main tool. I had the opportunity to conduct a workshop for the Abu Dhabi Executive Council for the Western Regional Development Authority. And you see here a photo of all the directors. And what you're about to learn is the same tool that the directors have used for the strategic planning of whatever project they're doing. Okay, well, you may have so many ideas. At times when I'm asked by my mentees, this is, oh, I'm delivering my speech, but I don't know what to talk about. Well, in reality, you have many ideas. You will not run out of topics to talk about. But it is about organizing these thoughts, these ideas, that is a challenge. Because there's so much of information overload now, right? And you may plan to use some post-it notes like this, but this is not the most convenient way, the most effective way. Because you see here, any guess what is this? Can somebody tell me what is this? Come on, unmute yourself.
Neuron.
Neurons.
Wow, okay. Well, it doesn't look so pretty, right? But yes, you're right. This is our neurons expanded. You see here, each of these nodes is connected. There is some medical term about it on this as well, but I'm not so much into the medical term. But what I wanted to highlight here is the association is built through connection. So when you're learning something new, you are retrieving whatever you have learned before and linking it to what you're learning now. And that is the connection for a new learning. In the same way, when you're having a discussion, a brainstorming, somebody's idea can somehow trigger an idea on your part. And together you will come up with a new idea. So that is the power of this tool, which is almost an emulation of what you see here on the screen, but of course, a more beautiful one, right? So are you aware? Well, they say that from the National Science Foundation, they say that there are 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts daily. Some say it's 62, but I'm referring to the National Science Foundation. And about 80% of them are negative, sad to say. And 95% as well are exactly the same of what you've done before. So our mind has a tendency to somehow repeat whatever was done before. It's like an automatic thinking. But then we've got to use focus. We've got to be able to concentrate on something if we want to achieve, right? If you think you're doing your Toastmaster speech, and in one corner you are dancing, in another corner you would like to sing, or you would like to do yoga, you can't do that, right? Now, in my case, a lot of people are asking, gee, you're into so many things. How do you manage all of this? Well, my secret is mind mapping, because I mind map whatever I'm going to do. So at least I'm able to focus one at a time, but it's all there in one screen. I have a question. Okay, any of you, who is your favorite cricket player from our Cavaliers? Who is your favorite?
Tony.
Tony.
Okay. Now, you think your favorite cricket players, do they think how they play cricket? Unmute yourself. You can ask. You can answer. Do you think they play? Sorry, they think how they play, or they just play just like that?
Think about that and play.
Yeah, they think, and they get trained to play. The other day, I met a guy with his two brothers, and he's training them to be volleyball players so that they can get scholarship in the university. Imagine they're just in grade 10, so that means like 2 years they're already getting prepared to be volleyball players. So there's a lot of training, a lot of thinking goes with it. But what about our thinking? Do we really think how we think? Or we just think just like that? Well, we have a tool now that could really make us think how we think. And of course, that's mind mapping, which utilizes the two sides of our brain, the left and the right side. Now, I'd like to have a raise of hand of, I'd like our Zoom master to see at least how many would be right brain. Those who are more into pictures, images, or graphics, you could just raise your hand, please. Okay, we could have a look. And how many are more into into logic, into maths, into science? So those are the left brain. So they say that the more interesting people are the right-sided, and the boring ones, sorry, are the left-sided. But don't forget, I'm an engineer. So I wouldn't like to consider myself boring, but I combine dancing, as you know, or some of you know, I love dancing, and music. So the good thing about our mind is that even if you are left-sided or right-sided, whenever you use the less dominant side of your brain, you enhance the other side as well. So it both ways. So if you haven't danced yet, it's still time, you still have time to dance and learn music or whatever to enhance your right brain. Now, in mind mapping, we use both sides, the left and the right side of your brain, because you have a chance here to draw, to use colors, to really use your imagination on how you can enhance your mind map. Unlike before, we used to have a list, right? Even if you're putting together your outline, your course outline, most likely you would have a introduction, the body, and the closing. And so you will have a straight linear way of representing your thoughts. But what happens is when you have a new idea, so you would need to insert it in between. And it's not that easy as compared to having a mind map. But I will take you through it step by step. Okay, I like this code. Can we all read it at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. To create
is always
to do something new, and that is Martin Luther King. And yes, if you would like to create, it starts always with the thoughts of creating something new. Mind mapping can have so many uses, as stated by our MC earlier. In addition to that, it is used for brainstorming, for project planning. So if you have a contest coming up or any event, you could use mind mapping as well for planning it. And it can be a project management tool. It's a knowledge management tool, as well as strategic planning and process planning. Sorry for our gobblers, probably this could be some big words for you guys, but a little bit about knowledge management is when you capture knowledge and then you share it and be able to apply it. So mind mapping is an excellent tool for knowledge management. Okay, so what are the techniques? We'll dive straight away into the technique of how to do a mind map. So get ready. Okay, what do you need? First of all, you need paper. Do you have your papers ready? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, do you have your pens, colored pens? And do you have your brain? Sure? You didn't forget it somewhere? Okay, so you're all set. You're all set. Okay. So ideally, we use the landscape mode. You see, if I do it this way, this is portrait, right? Like this is landscape. So you have to keep your paper in a landscape mode, right? Okay, I'm using a red, but then of course this is not my actual paper. Anyway, so everybody is ready? Okay, so you're going to use the left and the right side of your brain because you will be using colors. Now, I don't know why, but I have some 2 lines here. Let's just keep them there. Okay, let's get started. At the center, please write the word mind map of your paper. Okay, it's in a landscape mode, and you've written there the word mind map. Now, you're going to use mind mapping for note taking. So what you're going to do now is you're going to extend a line. Okay, I'm just going to draw very similar to this. So I'm just doing it manually. I hope you could see it. So mind map is at the center, and then you extend another circle and you start with the words. Okay, so I will take you through the parts of a mind map. So at the end, you will have your mind map with all the parts of the mind map. And you're going to do it in a clockwise manner. So you start from the right side, and then you go down until you go to the left side. And you sort of almost like clockwise. Okay, so a mind map should have words. Next, it should have colors, definitely. Without colors, then how could it be interesting? How could it be attractive? You could use patterns like this with the background. And definitely you need lines. Lines can also be with the arrows. Again, you could use the different shapes, different texture. It could be thick, it could be thin. Okay, right. So by now you should have 4 circles around your mind map. Are you with me? Can I have at least somebody to let me know you're doing great, please?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay, so
I'm doing good.
So you have words, you have colors, words, colors, lines, pictures around the word mind map. Okay, next. So, well, you may say, oh, I'm not really good in drawing. It doesn't matter. Just draw a sketch, because as they say, picture speaks louder than words. So it's better that you have graphics there. Picture speaks louder. So symbols and codes.
So we should draw the words, the pictures around mind map.
You can do that later on. In the meantime, you just take the words. Okay, so just use the map parts. Just have them all around your mind map. Later on, you can just add the graphics. Okay, so an effective mind map could have symbols or codes which are shared within the team. So if you are in a team and you have your own jargon, let's say for us, TMOD. For Toastmasters, we use TMOD. For Table Topic Master, we say TTM, right? Or all this L1, L2, level 1, level 2. So everybody in Toastmaster or whoever is there for quite a while will know it. But somebody who just joined may not really know about this jargons that we have. What is DTM? What is the all of these codes that we're using? So you've got to inform your team, whoever is with you using this mind map, that these are the meanings of these codes and symbols. Okay. Then what else you need? Well, you could use shapes. So shapes could be oblong, rectangle, circle, triangle, whatever. But the most commonly used symbol is the oblong, because it's easy. You know? You just do like that, just like what you did now for mind map. You have the oblong in all these words. Okay, so by now you have all the parts and you know what they are. Okay, another word that we use in mind mapping is called boundaries. As you see here, these are called boundaries. So like under nuts, you have this blue, under grains, you have the red, and then you have vegetables in orange, and then there's fruits in green. Believe me, whenever I go to any supermarket, I don't just go straight to my shopping. If I don't have my mind map ready with me, I'll grab a piece of paper or anything that I can find, and I will mind map whatever I'm going to shop. Like, okay, vegetables, fruits, toiletries, especially toiletries, and then some sauces, something for breakfast. So if I'm shopping for the vegetables, and I'm selecting tomatoes and beans, lettuce and everything, I don't need to go back and forth if like, oh, I don't have shampoo, oh, I don't have detergent. So I'll go to the toiletries and I'll select everything, put them all there based on my mind map. And then I go to wherever, next one is for fruits. So again, I would select whatever I need. So mind mapping can be used in so many ways. I hope that when you, all for the mothers and all the fathers as well, the husbands who go shopping, you can use this mind map and you will not forget anything. Because usually when the wives send the husband for shopping, there will be non-stop calling, right? Which one else? What else? I forgot. But here you will not forget everything. Just give a mind map and just say, this is your shopping list. Okay, so now you know what a boundary is. So a boundary groups all the items or whatever parts you have in your mind map. Okay, in a snapshot, a mind map is a graphical representation of whatever is in your mind or whatever ideas you have there. So some key things here. One is try to use capital letters, because you know sometimes you write something and you yourself, you don't understand what you've written. Did it happen to you? Okay, it happens to you as well. So use capital letters and ensure that you space your words in your mind map. Don't clutter them all in one corner, but don't spread them all that you don't have any more space left. Okay. And the other thing is, yes, of course, you've put the main idea in the center. So if you're thinking of a subject that you would like to deliver as a speech, let's say friendship. So you could put friendship at the center there. And then later on, in a clockwise manner, whatever comes into your mind about friendship, just keep on adding. Don't waste your time. You know, just keep on adding whatever it is. Later, you will refine it. So you'll have enough space. And whenever you find a relationship between one word to another, link them. So that word relationship is another term we use in mind mapping when you connect one idea to another. And that is actually one of the power of mind mapping. Okay, very briefly, well, I will show you some mind maps later on. But as it says, none of us is as smart as all of us. But what I'm going to do is just take you through this very quickly so you'll have an idea. Anybody can guess who is this? It's a mind map of somebody. Come on. Now unmute yourself and tell me. Can somebody guess?
Marie Curie.
Wow, that's excellent. Okay. Well, please give your name to our Zoom master. I'm going to give you a special gift of an ebook. Okay?
Ma'am, I'm Prashil.
Yeah. Just I would ask the Zoom master to remind me later on. Excellent. Let's give a big applause. Right. So you could even have your own mind map of your life, you see? And if you're applying for a job, you may want to get the attention of the the recruitment consultant by putting your CV into a mind map. So there's so many usage for it. So here, you see the graphics here. Well, this is an electronic version of a mind map. Well, some of the famous mind mappers I have come across is like Dr. Art Murray. He says that mind mapping makes knowledge more valuable by revealing the hidden meaning that comes when you start connecting the dots. Okay, well, we're going to have the mind map now. Are you ready? Okay, so get your paper, write your name at the center. This is going to be a Zoom master. We will have approximately 5 minutes, okay, for this. 3 minutes. We will limit it to 3 minutes. Okay, so your name at the center. Now another circle, draw a circle around on the top right corner. You just type talent. Okay, then you have skills and then knowledge. So I'm going to just do it here on my screen so you will have an idea. Are you able to see my screen now? Okay, so let's say Jijie. Okay, talent, skills, and knowledge. Okay, so very briefly, just now, sorry, are you able to see this?
No.
No, we can't see the screen. And it's blank.
Oh, okay, hold on a minute. Let me just share that. Is this okay? You can see this? You can see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, my spelling of my name is wrong. Okay. So, just very quickly, do a small mind map like this. Let's say you want to give somebody an introduction about yourself. So you could just quickly put together this one. All right, what are your talents? Talents are your God-given gifts. Like you could do them 24/7 without anybody cajoling you, forcing you, to bribing you to do it. Like for me, I can dance anytime. So that a talent is something that that you sort of were born to be with. Well, I wasn't really born to be with because my mother was a dance teacher and she taught me since I was young. Well, there could be so many other talents you could have. You could have a talent for gathering people together and to doing something creative, or being a troublemaker is also a talent, right? You agree, Cavaliers? Or it could be, some people are naturally born to be good storytellers, even at a young age, or they can tell jokes, or they could paint, they could sing. So those are God-given talents. Now, skills, the moment you attend a course or somebody is going to mentor you, guide you, and you attain a certain competency or you're able to do something, that's a skill. Let's say driving. You were not born with a skill or driving or computer knowledge. Somebody taught you or you train yourself. So that's a skill. So what are your skills? Well, I'm sure our Toastmasters who are around here will have a lot. So just keep on adding. Okay. And finally, knowledge. Knowledge is you are a subject matter expert of any topic, that you are capable of blogging, reblog, or write about it. You can train someone, you can mentor someone, and you are known to be good in that particular topic. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna have where we would need one volunteer to show us your mind map for 2 minutes. Our Zoom master is going to time you, and yes, we'll inform you when the time is up. But we need a volunteer now. So you're going to just introduce yourself, like your name, and then just by using your mind map, you're going to show it to us that, okay, these are my talents, these are my skills, and these are my knowledge. Any volunteer? Come on. We'll give a special gift. Chocolate, virtual chocolate. I received so many chocolates, I have a lot of chocolates. I wish I can just send them all to you because it was my birthday the other day. I keep receiving them by courier even, although the other one got helped. Anyway, who is it? Do we have a volunteer?
Yes.
All right. So can we hear? Right. So please, yeah.
I'll just say now and then I'll later just click a picture and send it. Is it okay?
All right, no problem. Just introduce, just share with us your strength.
Well, my name is Namrata Pandey, and I belong to Inner Universe Toastmasters Club. So, as for my talents, I think I'm a very good organizer. I'm able to organize things very well. I'm pretty sorted in my mind. Second is I make friends very easily and very fast. Third is I speak well and I write well, and I enjoy doing these things. Now, my skills, I think I'm pretty good at English and at speaking. And knowledge, Well, I have done my master's in environment.
Good morning. I'm a Gavalier. Could I also share my mind map?
Yeah, please do that. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Himanshu Lutolia. I am 13 years old. So my talents are that I am quite creative. I can play the drums and
Wow.
I'm quite good at public speaking, I would say. And for in terms of skills, I would say I am quite a good team leader and I can lead people well. I can also organize events as well. And this is my mind map I just created.
Bro, your background.
Yeah. This is my mind map.
That just, oh, right. Excellent. So you can take a shot of it and then maybe share it later on. Excellent. Let's give a big applause to your Himanshu, right? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Wow, that is brilliant. You see, if I've given you enough time, I'm sure you could add more. But you already have the tool now. I have a challenge to give you. Mind map everybody in your home. That means your family or even those who are not with you, and blame it to one crazy trainer that you had encountered today. Said, oh, she gave us a homework that we need to mind map every person we meet. But believe me, you're going to learn so much from them. Don't take it for granted that you know your siblings or you know your children so well. Try to mind map their strengths. That's their talents, skills, and knowledge. And you can, of course, add more here. You can add your goals. You can add your favorites. So what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? And so on. So there's so much more information. But you could just get started with the key points that you would like to learn. Okay? So this is one. Now we're going to have another application, and that is how you're going to use mind mapping for speech building. Okay, so let's say you've got a topic, okay? And as I said earlier, friendship. Okay, take another paper. So I'm giving you another 3 minutes. And you're going to just keep on adding all the words that you can think of relating to that particular word. It could be a place, it could be a person, it could be any story, it could be a quote, it could be, any experience that you had. So I could just say, when I think of friendship, I think of fun, I think of story, I think of stories, I think of food that I share with my friends. I think of the learning or lessons, okay? And then I'm thinking of all my friends. So let's say Sarita, Remy is here, there, and Sue, and Tiny, Winky, and my sister Cherry. So I could just think of them. And when I think of friendship, I also remember the song, Just Call My Name and I'll Be There. You heard that? Just call my name and I'll be there. Something like that. So I could just say song, Call My Name. And also there's another song, Keep Smiling. Anybody? Can somebody sing that song for me while you're doing it? Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. Something like that, right? Oh, it's early morning, so my voice is not at its best. Okay, so there could be something. And so by now you have a collection of keywords, okay? After you, so this is the first draft. If you're doing this manually, of course I'm doing the electronic version, but after you've done it, the next step is you have to create a new paper or you should get a new mind map. And here you will have intro, body, and close. And that is where you may want to sort of put together all of this. And I would say, okay, here I could just say friends. and I can then I can put all my friends in one place like that. So it's about organizing your thoughts. After you've done your mind storming, we call it mind storming, then you have to organize your thoughts in a way that you put all whatever you want into the body. And later, if let's say I want the song in my closing, okay, and I could have a quote here, and see, these are friends, so I could just group them, bring them to my friends' place, and or something like that. So I can put together a speech like this, right? Of course, I could just add some more. Okay, so I'll keep quiet for 3 minutes. Please just do your own mind map. I would like to see 2 versions of your mind map. The first one, okay, you're doing it manually, right? So the first one is just a random words around the word friendship or whatever topic you want. Okay, you want love, you want honesty, integrity, you want fun, you want your favorite sports, cricket, volleyball, basketball, or a certain food that you like, anything, a movie, whatever. So the first mind map is purely just words around the word. The second mind map, you're going to organize it where you'll have intro, body, and close. Okay, so add 2, 3. We don't have much time. So please, timer, just ensure that you're timing. And I would like a volunteer, one Toastmaster and one Cavalier who haven't spoken yet. So just please raise your hand or just let us know when you're ready. Anybody who's ready, just unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and then share with us. Okay. I will get here. All right, time's up. Can we have a volunteer now, please? One Cavalier and one Toastmaster. Just share with us what have you put together, like the words, the key words that you have come up with. Oh, you could just show us your first mind map, and the second one you could talk about that very briefly for 2 minutes. Come on, can we have someone?
There is someone called Adi Yuan
Okay,
who's showing his map.
Please unmute yourself and just go for it. Okay.
Jijie,
Yes. Okay. Well, we could see some words there. So can you just take us through it? What was your keyword? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hey, Toastmaster George. Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what would you like to talk about? What is your
Yoga.
Okay. So can you just tell us what's the intro?
Yeah, intro is what is yoga? Why do we do yoga? Who should do yoga? And then some quote.
Okay. And the body?
Body, we put our a story, our life experiences, and then the closing, you put your health tips, recommendations, and then you um, mention why again. Just start from do the opening again. Connect it with the opening.
And what about your closing?
Yeah, closing, that's what I said.
All right.
You
Sorry.
recommend your health tips.
Excellent. So how did you find this experience of putting together the key thoughts about your speech in just a few minutes?
Amazing. In fact, you are more organized. You get more organized. You put your thoughts together and list it out mentally.
Exactly. So if you make this as your practice, believe me, it's going to be like a powerful tool that you can use in learning, in preparing speeches. So I've just given you a few minutes, but sometimes it's also good. Don't give yourself the whole day to linger about it. Otherwise, you will not finish it. So give yourself a target. There is something called Pomodoro. As you know, I do training. So one of the workshops I do is time management, and I conduct training at Emirates NBD and different banks. This this technique is called Pomodoro, where you spend 20 minutes uninterrupted time. Okay, have the discipline. Don't look at Facebook. Don't look at your phone. Don't drink. Don't take anything. Sit just in one place. 20 minutes. Time yourself and focus on whatever you have. It could be a mind map or a speech or whatever you're doing. After that, spend 5 minutes for a break. Ideally, if you have 4 Pomodoros, that means like you're spending about 20 minutes. And then after that, have 30 minutes break. Believe me, you'll do wonders. So this is an extra tip I'm giving you. You can research about it. It's called Pomodoro. Okay? Right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster George. And any Gabalier we have? Do we have any volunteer from the Gabalier? Come on. All right, another Toastmaster. Hello. I'm going to give you chocolates.
Hello, I'm Gavalier Tanushree.
Wow, okay.
I'm in grade 10, and
so what's your topic? So what's your mind map?
Friendship.
Okay, so what's your topic? Yeah.
This is my first sheet, friendship.
Right. Okay. And the organized one with the intro, body, and clothes. Wow, that's brilliant. Okay, so would you like to take us through it?
Yeah. Intro. I have the names of my best friends. And how I describe their behavior. They're crazy. And in the body, I have the games I play with. In the body, I have the games I play with them. I play Jenga. It's a game, Jenga, where you build blocks, kind of. It's fun. And basketball.
Okay.
And I have the movies and TV shows I watch with them, the TV show Friends. And then
how do you
I have pranks. There are pranks that we play on each other.
This one is not so easy.
And the closing.
Basketball, everybody plays, sees. Okay. This one is credited with being the coach. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Can we mute somebody who is not speaking, please? Okay. That's right. That's excellent. Gavalier Tanushree. Okay.
Thank you.
So, okay. Can you tell me how is the experience of putting together the outline of your speech using a mind map? How did you find it?
I got to pinpoint the things that I love most about them, and I got to know what I really treasure, the moments, and what I really find interesting in them.
Excellent. You see, at the first attempt, you just let your mind explore different topics. Don't limit yourself. Just anything that comes into your mind. But then the second time, you need to organize this, categorize it, and even select what do you think is the most important point to drive your message across, right? So that's brilliant. So thank you so much for that. And we'll go back to my slides now. And let me just share these slides again. Okay, are you able to see my slides? So congratulations, we have completed now two mind maps, and you've learned how to use mind mapping. Sorry, the 3 activities already we had. The first one is you learn how to use mind mapping for what? Anybody? What was the first thing you did when you did the mind map parts?
Strength and weakness.
It's the note taking. Okay, so when you're attending a lecture, you're even by Zoom now, it's quite a challenge to be attentive. I know that. But if you're using mind maps, it makes you focus. And if you're attending a seminar, or sometimes you can't avoid it, there are some boring speakers. But you really need to listen, or some boring teachers. Sorry, I hope you don't have them. But if you really want to cope effectively, use a mind map. Okay, in that way, you will not sleep, or you will really pay attention. Excellent. So now a topic that you may be looking at would be, one is what you know. What are the topics that you know very well? Okay, so mind map them. Just keep on adding them here. Well, I'm not going to ask you to do this now, but you can do it at your own time. Okay, what are the topics that you will love to talk about? See, for me, in my case, the topics that I know, well, as mentioned, I'm an industrial engineer, so I can talk about systems, method study, facilities, and operations research, and all of those things. But I also know, of course, mind mapping. I know communication skills. I know behavioral styles, and so on. What I love to do is not about industrial engineering. Sorry if I have some fellow engineers here. I am more interested in soft skills now, in of course mind mapping, and the things that can really transform lives. I feel like, okay, engineering topics, I've learned them in college, but somehow it's not something that I'm excited to talk about, so it won't be included in the lab. But then I have audience wants to hear. Well, I may love dancing, but people will not always want to listen to me if I talk about dancing. So I've got to be able to come up with topics that my audience would like to listen, just like mind mapping, behavioral styles, time management, project management, and so on. So if you want to equip yourself, just complete this. But then there has to be what we call as the sweet spot. You know what's the sweet spot? It's the one at the center where you know the topic. The first thing is you know the topic. Second thing is you love the topic. And the third thing is your audience care about that topic. And there you go for a bingo. People will be willing to pay you for it. Okay, so this is if you would like to be a paid speaker. And this is, of course, for my fellow Toastmasters or even Gavaliers. It's not too young for you. You see, if you really want to be a paid speaker at your age, it's not impossible. I know people who are paid to speak. I know youngsters who are in their teens who are paid speakers. So come up with your own topics. Okay? So this is my small tip for you guys. And always begin with an end in mind. Whenever you're putting together a speech, at the start, when you're putting your mind map, you have to ask yourself, what is it that I want my audience to think, to feel, to act upon after I've delivered my speech? And accordingly, you refine your speech. Okay? See, so you'll have the first version of your speech, which you have done today. You have the second version of your speech, which you organize. The third one is after you've written your script. I still advise you to write your script. Although after some time, once you become an expert, you don't even need a script. You just have to use your mind map and you will be able to deliver your speech. But if you have a mentor, I don't think it's ideal that you don't have a script and you would just say, oh, I attended DTM Jijie Zablan's workshop on mind mapping, and so here is my mind map. Your mentor may not like it. A script is always advisable, especially if you're delivering for a contest. So finally, the speech summary will be a mind map of your speech. So when you're practicing, don't read your script anymore. Okay? Just look at your mind map and try to deliver your speech accordingly. So don't forget, I'm not skipping the part where you're writing a script. Okay? My mentees know this very well. I never mentor anyone without a script because I think it's a waste of my time. So whoever would like to be mentored by myself, to be mentored, I usually ask them to do a mind map and do this method. By God's grace, I've mentored quite a number of champions. I'm still looking forward to have somebody go up there as the international champion among my mentees. Who knows? It's going to be one among you, right? So you always start at the center to summarize and then populate it from there. Can you just do this with me? Unmute yourself, and with the shoulder, a very thought-provoking way of saying it, you do like this. So what? Come on, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
So
what? Yeah.
What?
So get somebody, your buddy or your friend, to do this for you. Okay, so after you've done your speech, you've delivered your speech, or even when you have put your mind map together and you did it exactly what you did today with me, ask somebody to listen and say this thought-provoke, these 2 words, so what? Then you will say, oh, because like for example, Toastmaster George, I said, I want to speak about yoga. Then I'll say, so what? Come on, Toastmaster George, just answer me.
Yes, of course. So what?
No, I'm asking you, why do you want to speak about yoga? So what?
Because I believe it's in my blood.
So what?
Yes, so what?
So now you have to keep on answering me, right? So
okay. So what? So what? Because
no, I'm the one asking so what, and you have to answer me.
Okay.
To prove your point. So what?
Yeah. Because I want you to I have improved my health and I want somebody else to improve their health. So that's what.
So what?
That's the message I want.
So what?
Yeah, improve your health.
So what?
Work it out. Move in the
So
morning.
what?
Get up in the morning.
So what?
Do the best you can.
So what?
Run.
Okay. So
Bend your
like
body.
this, you get exhausted, but you're coming up with reasons to prove your point.
Right.
Because you're being provoked. Okay.
Yeah.
So I use this as a technique when I'm mentoring someone. But if somebody they don't know my style, they will think like, oh, what's she saying? Why is she saying like this? Why is she so rude? I don't want to be mentored by her. They get scared. But it's my way of bringing out the best in you. Okay.
Very
so
good, very good.
if you don't have anybody, just do it for yourself. So what? I want to talk about friendship. Come on, do it for me. Say, so what?
Love.
So what? Well, to have a friend is a blessing.
Yeah.
Now you have to say, so what?
So what?
Okay. Well, a blessing is is a gift from God who can be with you all the time.
So what?
Well, since she's a blessing, or my friends are blessings, they can make me happy. We can enjoy our time together. We can have fun.
So what?
Okay, so like this, you see, I'm able to come up with different things which are different words related to that word. So it's a very good way of provoking yourself. Okay, I'm sure. I hope you like it. All right, so this is your template for intro, body, and close. We've done this. In addition to this, I'm giving you another bonus. If you're evaluating someone and you really want to give a very effective evaluation, use what I call as PMI. I know some of the Toastmasters who see me, I always do this circle. Like, what's she doing? Like, oh, people who know I'm doing mind maps, but they'll say, oh, what's she doing? I'm actually doing, I start with a PMI. In fact, your P is positive, minus is just a minus symbol, and I. So find out what is so good about the presenter's speech, the delivery, and the contents. So is it the vocal variety? Is it the eye contact? Is it the gesture? Whatever. Then look at the contents. How is the contents organized? What transitions were used? What keywords were used? Okay. So wait, I will just type that out. This one. And interesting. What is it that you like the most? Okay. So PMI, positive, minus, and interesting. Is that a good tip?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
would you use it? So I would request you to do a PMI for me as well later on. Okay, right. So the elements of a speech, very quickly, I can send this to you as well. In between, you can just add all of these codes if you wanted a winning speech that covers all of this: stage movement, vocal variety, gestures, actions, and so on. So this is, I use this as a reference when I'm putting together my speech, as well as when I'm mentoring someone. Okay, right. So, well, we have used what we call as divergent thinking and convergent thinking. Divergent thinking is the first one where you let your ideas flow. And then the convergent thinking is you're using intro, body, and close. So it's almost like a template so that you can be more focused and be more effective in putting together whatever you have said. Okay, well, now it's time for us for the breakout session. We have been so blessed to have our Zoom master, Toastmaster Ramesh. Are you ready?
Yes, all ready to go.
Okay. So we're gonna have how many teams?
We're going to have 9 teams.
9 teams. Do we have nine facilitators?
Yes, we have 9
Right? Excellent. This time you're gonna use mind mapping for brainstorming. And again, this is going to be a very effective tool. Whenever you go for a meeting, so you're organizing a party, you're organizing an event, a contest, or whatever, and you're sitting there, and you're one of the attendees. Please just don't sit like a wildflower. Volunteer your services and say, hey, do you want me to help you out? I know a tool called mind mapping, and I can help you out with it. So grab a paper, a pen, or whatever, if there's a flip chart, and be the mind mapper. A mind mapper is somebody who captures the information that is being discussed. Okay, by now you're already getting familiarized with the mind mapping techniques. So pick up the key words and write them down into the mind map. Whenever you see some common words together, put them together, just like how I put my friends' names together, right? And eventually you can complete it. So that's the use of the mind mapper. The next one is you will have, the facilitator is the one who will organize all the speeches. All the ideas of all the team members. Then you will have a presenter. The presenter is the one who will use the mind map to share with us what was discussed. And then you have a timer. The timer will prompt you. You have 15 minutes to discuss, okay? And accordingly, you will, of course, be prepared. So 4 key teams: timer, facilitator, mind mapper, and presenter. So your facilitator will assign the roles. The rest of you are contributors. Come on, you're not again going to be wildflowers sitting there. You will contribute your ideas, okay? So you will have this as your contribution. As they say, extraordinary people visualize not what is possible or probable, but rather what is impossible. And by visualizing the impossible, they begin to see it as possible. So you're going to do what is impossible, okay? Right, so judgment, no judgment, think freely, big numbers, as many ideas as possible, and we believe that many heads are better than one. So these are your role players, okay? So you're going to be grouped, you're going to go to each of your teams, and mainly, so A and B, whoever is team A and B will talk about job seekers. How will you reach out to job seekers during this pandemic? Team C and D, those who have been affected. Team, and so on. Okay, so 5 and 6 is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then I again, because we have 9 teams. So please note down, facilitators, what is your topic? So you're going to discuss with your team, what is it that you can do to reach out to people during this pandemic or even after? And how you're going to do it, you will use what we call as the 5 W's and 1 H. So who, what, when, where, why, and how. Let me just see, I have my slides for that. Okay, sorry. So can you please just write them down? Who, what, where, when, and why. I will see you in about 15 minutes, okay?
Ma'am, can you just repeat the W thing again?
Yeah, I'm just going to share my my slides. Sorry, my screen.
What is the topics again?
So facilitators, please.
No, can you just repeat the topic?
Yeah, I'll just give you. Okay, so here you're going to talk about who, what, when, where, why, and how. So this is your discussion, and the topics I've given you, right? So as a facilitator, you will have to ask your members what are their ideas about it. You can see my screen, right?
Can you repeat the topics also, please? Repeat the topics also.
Yeah, okay, I will go back to that. Okay, this is it. So I'm requesting the Zoom master as well to ensure that we are within the time. So can we now go to your respective room?
The topic. Yeah, could you please tell, these are different topics for different teams, right?
Team B, C, Team D, okay?
And
Team E, Team F, okay, F, G, and then you have H, sorry, B, and then we go back to A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, right? Okay. So, you know, facilitators, please have a look at what is the topic given to you. And so you select that topic. What is it that you can do for them? And you are then going to use the 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. And that's what the presenter will talk about. Okay, do you have any questions before we go to each of your rooms?
How many minutes we're getting?
15 minutes as soon as you join them. The Zoom master will inform you. And then later on, the presenter will be prepared to speak for 2-3 minutes.
If we answer all these questions, it's done?
You are going to discuss it with your team, right? I mean, the 5 W's and 1 H. So this is it. So the central topic is there. Let's say COVID job seekers, something like that. In fact, the who should already be there. So whom do you want to target? The people in Abu Dhabi, the people in Dubai, the people whom do you want to talk about? I mean, whom do you want to target? What are you going to do for them? When will you do it? Where? Why would you do it? In fact, you should start with why, and then how will you do it? So this is a discussion that you will have with it, as a member of a team, and later your presenter will talk about this. So facilitator will ensure that everybody speaks. Timer will ensure that you're within the time. The mind mapper, who is assigned to do it, will record every thoughts that are being covered. And after that, the mind mapper needs to share the mind map to the Zoom master. So the Zoom master can then display it when the presenter is presenting. Is everything clear? So I leave you now to the kind hands and able expertise of our Zoom master, Toastmaster Ramesh. Are we ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay,
Just put
so
in
I'll see
the.
you later because I am a speaker in the coach as well. So while you're having your discussion, I will be away, don't worry, but I will come back with you, okay? Because I'm already getting a call And I'm a speaker for about 7 minutes only there, and I'll be with you soon. Okay, see you. And I think Toastmaster Ramesh would know the details, so you can also ask him because I discussed it with him. All the best, and see you later.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, hi everyone. You will get a prompt now to go to a breakout room, so just click OK.
Help them.
I guess try to give them more opportunities rather than just let them figure it out by themselves. So you could help them in this situation right now.
Yeah, that's a answer to the what question.
Okay, fine. So we've got an answer to the what question. When are we going to do it? So do we say ASAP, like right now? Like
yeah, because we'll do it as soon as possible because like after when the pandemic is over, I bet there will be job opportunities for them.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, after the pandemic gets over, it wouldn't have any much point because then there'll be jobs like normal. Ours would only make sense if we do it during the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we've answered who, what, where, when, why, and how. Anyone else has any other suggestions we could sort of jot down? Anything else? No?
Okay. Where we will reach out. So here comes our social media, those things, right?
Yes, social media, flyers, then
Exactly. Whatever we said initially will come here.
yes,
Like
WhatsApp.
Social media.
Classified in newspapers.
Yes.
Very good. Social media platforms, and then flyers, then classifieds in newspapers.
Didn't we already write that all the things and how we can do by social media research, so we can just write it here again?
Yeah, actually it's fine. If you have already written in under where also you can write. So it comes in order. We are answering the 5 W's and 1 H, right? So it will be in order. Okay, social media platforms, flyers, classifieds in different newspapers, and that's it. That's enough for this. Let's go to the next one.
Things like charity for people, the Mother Teresa charity trip that I went on a few years ago, and it really showed me how privileged and special I was to not have the issues that they have, like no food supply and no water supply. So just knowing that I'm more privileged and I should be giving back for what I have, that makes me want to help people.
Excellent. So this is the personal experience. This is something like that. Excellent. Something like this is a personalized experience which helps, which motivated you to. That is a what factor for me, honestly.
Frontliner, if they work well, then how it is effective, and in the future also to tackle with all the challenges, it will be effective for the country or as a society.
What should I exactly add?
What should we add in conclusion?
Conclusion: as an individual, we should contribute to the society, and during this pandemic. And what should we say?
Okay, is everybody back, Zoom Master?
Yes, the breakout rooms are closed. Everyone should be back.
Okay, excellent. I see some happy faces. So that means it looks like it is a successful brainstorming session. Come on, if you're not smiling, show me your smile if you were happy. If you're not smiling, that means you're not happy with your brainstorming session. Oh, yes, that's it. You were happy. Excellent. Okay. Wow. Now, well, we've got 9 teams. We would love to hear all of you. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that. So we will only select randomly. And I think I give the Zoom master the privilege to select whoever has sent the mind maps earlier, they would be given the opportunity. So Zoom master, so please select one team for every beneficiary. We've got 4 beneficiaries, right? Groups.
Yes,
So
yes.
kindly select the team that who already sent you their mind map.
Okay.
And just request the presenter to be ready and display the mind map. And we are giving about 2 minutes for the presenters. So we'll have 4 presenters. All
Okay,
right,
yeah.
so there we go.
Yes, I received the mind map from Team B. Team B presenter, are you ready?
Okay, go ahead. Yes, okay.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see it?
Oh, it's very, very small. Anyway, I think it's WhatsApp to me. Fine. Anyway. Okay.
Zoom master, 2 minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Camera action.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for this opportunity. And we had a very good discussion with our colleagues and in the group. And we had our topic, first of all, is job seekers. So our feedback with all the questions and all the probes which have been put into the session, the discussion. First of all, why? Job seekers, we started with why, we started with who, right? We started with who?
Why?
Why? First
Okay,
is why?
why? Oh, first, sorry, who first and then why?
Yeah, who, okay. Who first is, people in this scenario, in this COVID-19 situation who has lost their jobs, people who are fresh graduates, people with financial issues and having no jobs. Then we go to why. Okay, the intention of helping job seekers is to serve them, serve humanity as a whole. It's a great social service which we are doing. We believe in caring and sharing. We believe that people who are in real need, we should go out and help them, whatever it is, however. Okay, where we go through the social media platforms. You don't have to explain all that. Awareness programs, and then when we have we can do it anytime, and we should connect with professional means the appropriate time when we connect with the employer and the seeker. Now, how we can send their flyers or awareness listing, personal references, then reach out to them to their social media, then oral communication, and then what? We identify people from various fields, from various professions. We act as a moderator between the job seeker and the employer. And we do counseling. We motivate them so that they can overcome their problems and be bold and smart enough to achieve the jobs. Well, I think I have touched on, and I've got 2 minutes, so I've run through the whole thing, and this is all our team has done. Fantastic cooperation. It was a nice experience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Can I next ask to Team G? Team G, I think Himanshu, I made you the co-host. You can share it.
Is my screen visible? Sorry.
Yes,
continue.
yes. One doesn't need superpowers or have to wear capes to be a superhero. Our frontline workers are the real life examples of superheroes. Good morning, everyone. So first of all, who are frontline workers? The frontline workers include police, doctors, teachers, psychologists, and government officials. They are all working to help combat the virus. Now, next is what we can do to help our frontline workers. What we can host virtual events to spread awareness on safety measures and precautions so that we can reduce the burden on the officials. Then we can write emails to officials by show our appreciation to them, and this will really make them happy. Next, we can give donations and supply them with resources such as masks, PPE kits, and also counseling, especially because right now the psychological moods of everyone will be really low, keeping in mind what we are all going through. Next, why we need to do this. We need to do this because they are helping us, and therefore even we have a responsibility to help them back. And if we want all the measures of the governments and all the precautions to be successful and effective, we need to help in whatever ways we can. Now, when we can do this? The virtual events can be done weekly or monthly, whereas we can write emails or show appreciation whenever we want. And where we can do this, it can be in schools, airports, hospitals, or medical tents. And how we will do it and how we can show appreciation is firstly by following precautions so that we can reduce our burden. That includes social distancing, wearing masks, and quarantine if you are coming from another country, and organizations that take care of kids, especially of the frontline workers, that includes nurses and doctors. So we need, as an individual, we should contribute back towards our society as it is our responsibility. Martin Luther King has rightly said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. Next, I would like to call upon, not sure which, I'll just share my screen. Let me just know which team sent this. I think it's Team C. Can you see it? It's Team C, right? Team C has sent this?
I think it's Team F.
Yes, it's Team C.
Team C, yeah, Team C, yeah. Okay, the president of Team C.
My name is Murugesh. Yeah, I'm representing the Team C for just making this presentation. Yeah, it was a very nice experience, and we are in the process of answering 5 W's and a H. So basically, we started off with our body of the topic is COVID-19 affected. So we are in the process of helping the COVID-19 affected. So who needs such support? That is the first question you have to answer. Who have been separated from their families, and then people who lost their jobs, and people who are living alone, and standard families. Those are the people we have identified as who requires support. Second thing is why. Why we need to support them. People without food, having a rough time, and people living alone, and people who are all undergoing mental turmoils. These are the people who needs support. What is the difference between why and what is on others' perspective on why we need to do that, and what is on our perspective, our personalized experience. Basically, we have the charisma of helping others, helping yourself, social contribution, humanitarian basis, and helping authorities. When is that we can help them? Obviously, when we are going and helping the COVID-19 people, we have to follow some of the ground rules. When is that we can help them? During the quarantine, basically when they are in quarantine, they feel isolated. So we'll try to communicate to them, contact them, and just spend some time with them and virtually speaking to them nice words and giving some positive thoughts. And in fact, after post-quarantine also, they might be feeling the impact of it. So they might be needing some help in terms of needing anything for the running their life, or in terms of moral support, where we have to ensure that while affecting the COVID-19 people, we have to set in our boundaries and ensure we are not getting into and we are not getting impacted. So we have to ensure that we are helping people within our neighborhoods and within our island areas, and ensure we are staying within our boundaries, not traveling too far. And last question to be answered is how we can help them. Obviously, if any financial support is required, we can give them food supplies, mental relief, and spending a lot of virtual time with them. It was a very nice experience working with the team, and in fact, it helped us to expand ourselves a lot. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster. Okay, we'll have one more. Who's the lucky team? Okay, here we go. Which team is this again? This team
E, I think.
Team G?
E.
Team E, yes, please. Team E. Presenter of Team E, please can you elaborate?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Obviously, we're all in a very tricky situation right now, but the people who have been the most affected are the families who have lost their main source of income, and numerous sectors like the healthcare sector and the airline sector. But today we're going to focus mainly on the families that have been affected by COVID-19. Moving on to how they've been affected, well, people have lost jobs, so they've lost their source of income. Emotionally, many people have been affected because right now we're all scattered all across the world, and people have not gotten a chance to be in one place together. So there is a big emotional impact on people. And health, obviously, which is the main effect right now. Health has been affected a lot too. Moving on to when all of this happened, well, we all know it started in November 2019, but its main wrath was felt in February 2020, and it's still going on right now. And that's why it's so important that something is done about it. Moving on to where, well, it all started in China, and where the effects have mainly been felt. Just a moment. Where the effects have mainly been felt, where mainly in the society, people all across the world have been affected. They're all been scattered, and people have not gotten a chance to be in one place. So the effects have been all across the world. Moving on to why and how we can help them. Well, why it's such a prominent issue. Sorry, one minute. Yeah, why has the effects been so detrimental? Well, movement has been restricted, and so numerous sectors that rely on people and to people be physically present in person, many have been shifted online, which has obviously been extremely detrimental to numerous communities and societies all around. Now, lastly, talking about how we can help these families affected by COVID-19. Now, we need to understand that this is not something that we can control. And so the main thing that we can do is take precautions and follow the measures that have been set out by WHO. We ourselves have to also plan accordingly. So we have to plan our finances accordingly and make sure that we take care of ourselves and not put other people in danger. Now, obviously, there are a lot of negative things associated with this pandemic, but there's always something positive at the end. And so the main lesson that we've all learned from this pandemic is that change is constant and we need to adapt to the situation around us. We can't get too comfortable, and we need to be able to mold ourselves to different circumstances and situations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, DTM.
All right. Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? Don't you feel so accomplished? Given only about 15 minutes, you were able to come up with brilliant ideas to reach out. Now, what I request you to do is to please ensure that you send these mind maps to the organizing committee, of course, headed by our division director, DTM Shamima, or you can send them also to our Zoom master, Toastmaster Ramesh, and include the list of the names of your team members. So facilitators, please ensure that, I hope you remember who are your team members. If not, please just go through the list and ensure that you have them with you. Right. And for my side, I have a few more, I just have a few points. One is, I did not see much of graphics and colors. I suppose because you were pressed with time, right? But when you're doing it on your own, please use colors, use graphics whenever you can, because you're not wasting time when you're drawing, but you're actually you're actually inspiring yourself to come up with some more ideas. So and you're giving your mind a few minutes of break as well. Okay, may I share my screen, Zoom Master? Please give me
Sure.
the privilege.
Sure. You're the co-host. Give me a minute. I need to search for
Yeah,
you.
just a minute. Okay, so are we ready? Okay. Well, as we're waiting for the Zoom master to set up my screen, just ponder upon what do you think could be the applications of mind mapping in your life? Where do you think you can use it? Be it personal or professional? And write down as well, what could be your action plan? What mind maps are you going to prepare? Don't wait for another year, for 5 years, 10 years. Get started right now. As soon as we finish, if there is something that you need to do, try a way where you could mind map it. Is that a promise that I can get from you guys? Just say, come on, would you practice it? You know, the best gift, the best birthday gift that you can give me is to let me know that you were actually applying what you've learned today. Okay, well, right, so we've done this. So as I said, next time when you are in a meeting, don't be a wildflower. Volunteer yourself and say, okay, I can facilitate, I can do the mind map to make it easier for everybody and be effective in the meeting, because a waste of time in the meeting is something that you don't want yourself, right? Okay, how I wish I could listen to all of your sharing, but here it says every day gives us the promise of a miracle. You can make the miracle happen. You never know, you will get the support of the division and governor, the director or area governors or your president or your family or your friends. Whatever you have discussed in today's session can be a reality, and you can certainly make it happen. But it all starts from you. Don't wait for somebody to ask you or to cajole you to do something if you know you can do something. Start with baby steps, okay? Well, the benefits of mind mapping, as you see, you're able to visualize and communicate your ideas effectively and all the information that you have said. One of the famous mind mapper is Dr. Ken, who have written a lot of books. Most of his books, he started it with a mind map. So if you think you are planning to be an author, write a book, please get started, okay? So here you're able to understand important relationships, you're able to connect them, and you can definitely shorten your decision making because you see a big picture of the entire thing. Another uncle of mine, you know him? He is a mind mapper as well. As you can see at the background, you've got 2 or even 3 screens where he's using mind mapping. And do you know this lady?
Yes.
It's an old,
it's you.
It's you.
Oh, this is Hema
Now,
Malini.
Really? Oh, now you can include yourself as a famous mind mapper. So what I'd like you to do is take your right hand and say, hey, Sapien, George, congratulations, you're now a mind mapper. Can you do that? You are indeed, right? You're a mind mapper. Okay.
I'm a mind map.
You are certainly a mind mapper. Well, mind mapping has benefited so many people as well as organizations. Another uncle of mine working for a small company called Boeing, and they use mind maps a lot, and they've saved a lot of money. So even when Manhattan was rebuilt, they started by putting together a mind map. You know, after September 11, the whole place was devastated. But if you get a chance to go to Manhattan now, you won't see a trace of what happened. Now this is, you can Google this, Rebuilding Downtown Manhattan Mind Map. It is now displayed at the New York Museum because it's one of the most important documents that was ever prepared to rebuild Manhattan. Of course, they use the software, which I have been using. It's called Mind Manager. And they followed this to the dot to be able to rebuild Manhattan. Well, I'm associated with a company called Dakshida. We are a value-added reseller for this software called Mind Manager that I've been using. So I conduct workshops as well, a one-day workshop, which is mainly for electronic version. And at the end of the day, of course, you will be able to do all the things like project management and so many other things that goes with it. Well, in closing, could you read this with me at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
Whatever
the mind can conceive and will, the mind
the
can
mind
achieve.
can
Napoleon Hill.
It is my sincere hope and prayer that whatever you're dreaming about, you will be able to achieve it. It has been a real pleasure for me to have you with me in this workshop, and let us all reach out, and hopefully, please, you could also say a 1 minute of silence for the person who had shared me this tool, no other than Tony Buzan. I get emotional whenever I see this photograph. It was taken in Abu Dhabi. This was the last time I got to see him. He passed away. But having you with me doing the mind maps, I think his legacy will live on. Can I count on that? Let us let the legacy
Yes.
of the great Tony Buzan live on by using this excellent tool. Well, these are my details. Of course, the Division N team knows my number, knows my details. If you need to contact me, I'm all there for you. And once again, thank you so much. And back to you, our Master of Ceremony. And thank you so much for all of you who have contributed today. And let's be in touch. And again, of course, a big, big thanks to the vision of our Division N Director, DTM Shamima, who had been, can you believe this is 4 months, I think, in planning, because I have a lot of workshops and it's difficult for me, but she booked it. Is that three months ago? Yeah, quite a long time. And it happened. So let's all, okay, in closing, I want to share with you one dance. Are you ready? This is just a 1 minute. Okay, you're going to shake your shoulder like this. You know the song Bidi Bidi Bum Bum? It's from Jennifer Lopez, and it says, my heart beats when I see you. So my heart beats when I see you doing my mind mapping. So you're gonna dance it with me, okay? We're gonna say bidi bidi bum bum. So when you do like this, bidi bidi bum bum, you do your head like that to make sure that you're using your brain. Ready? You're gonna sing it with me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bidi bidi bum bum. One more. Bidi bidi bum bum. One more time. Bidi bidi bum bum. All right. So I hope your heart will also keep on beating whenever you're doing mind maps, because I know there's a lot of great things ahead that you can do. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope I'm visible and audible. Am I visible and audible?
Yes.
Thank you very much for your very informative lecture.
Thank you.
Just let's get in touch.
Well, maybe you would like to give them a few minutes to make a comment, or
In a virtual environment, it may be easier for you to get people from outside to visit the club.
Agrata, carry on.
Okay. On behalf of the entire Division N team, we would like to thank the District PR Manager, DTM Deepa Surendran, and team for providing us with the Zoom link as a platform for today's mind mapping session. We would also like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to DTM Jijie Zablan for conducting this very interesting and intriguing session today. I also cannot thank enough everybody, you all, the audience, for your commitment, your involvement, your willingness to take part and really make this session all the more interesting and informative. Lastly, I would like to thank our Division Director, DTM Shamima, and the entire team, including Toastmaster Judith, Toastmaster Ramiz, Toastmaster Abid, Toastmaster Shahnaz, and the core team members who've worked tirelessly behind the scenes for today's amazing session. And before we all leave, wishing you, DTM Jijie, a very happy belated birthday wishes from all of us. And hope you have a great year ahead, and also everybody, hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend ahead.